You might remember this guy from the last video. We're having a look at another one of his fold-up scooters. What is that scooter, John?
It's the Kymco K-Lite F. So this is the manual folding scooter. There's also an FE, which is the auto folding scooter. So this is the manual version.
So does that, like, we've seen the Atto scooter before there, and is that similar to the Atto you had previously?
Similar in the sense that it folds up, but very different in the way this one functions, being a four-wheeler with a rear motor, and the Atto's a three-wheeler with a front motor.
So if you're kind of stuck in any kind of dirt, you know, or anything, the motor's on the back, so you've got kind of better traction in a way as well.
Yeah, you have a different battery setup as well. The battery's in the boot on this one. It's a small lithium battery. I'll show it to you here now. So that's your battery for this.
Would that be heavy, or is it fairly light?
Oh, it's no heavier than a bag of sugar.
All right. Wow, that's even...
So you can take that out, and this is where you'll stick your charger in, bring it into the house, charge it. You can leave the scooter in the car, and then it just slots back into the boot. It should do. Oh, sorry, I put the lock down on it.
Oh, the lock. At least you know it's not going to fall out too easy either.
No.
And that battery you were showing there, like, what kind of mileage would you get on a full charge?
That one will do between 10 and 15 kilometres on a full charge.
Wow. Which the average journey is going to be a lot less than that.
Yeah, it'd be very similar to one of the smaller scooters, the other smaller scooters with the 12 amp batteries that we do. Very similar range on them.
So like this battery, another one. Now I've lifted them before. Obviously it's a smaller profile than that one.
Well, that's also a lithium battery. That's a 30 amp. So the difference between the lithium batteries on these two machines is that one is too big to go on an airline. So
right.
It exceeds the limit, whereas the smaller one can. But this one is an ultra lightweight scooter with a bigger distance on it. So you've got the lightweight scooter with the bigger distance. So you're going for distance on that one.
Wow. But if you want something that's going to fit into the boot of a car conveniently, in one go, like that is the size of a kind of a suitcase, is it, when it's folded?
Yeah, sure, let me fold it down and you'll see. So let's pop these out of the way. It's a simple little foot lever here over this side if you want to have a look at it.
Right.
So you can see it there. I'll tip it up so you can see what I'm doing. There's a little lever there.
All right, yeah.
So what you do is you pop your foot on it.
Wow.
And that's your scooter folded up.
Right, so like you can actually wheel that around the place as well, can you?
Yeah, so it's mobile.
Oh, right.
Now there is a bit of weight in it. I'd recommend two people lift this. It is about 28 kilos. Now I can manage it, but if you're somebody a bit older, if one person grabs at the front here, no problem, go into the car in one piece. And then simply place it back down the floor. And again, pressing the little lever, she'll open back up. Jump on board, give it a little push, and it snaps into place. And we're ready to go. Again, the two armrests come up.
And they come with the armrest, do they?
Yeah, both height adjustable, yeah, so no additional cost to the armrest. And you have a little light, you can't see it at the moment because it's covered with the wrapping because it's only a new machine. And that's it.
And what's the top speed of that machine?
4 mile an hour. So 4 mile an hour, like all boot scooters.
So yeah, I get there's obviously 28 kilos instead of, I know the Atto is around 20, the other one that's on the channel. But at the end of the day, you're getting something more substantial. Instead of a motor built in the front single wheel, you've got 4 wheels, so there's additional stability, I assume. And you've got traction at the back. So it really is a case with these is the Atto serves one purpose, this serves another. This is more of a heavy-duty machine as such.
It's very individual. The choice is individual. Some people like a 4-wheeler, some people don't mind the 3-wheeler. 3-wheeler would be a longer machine. This is slightly shorter. Ideal if you've got an apartment and you've got, you're restricted for storage. You fold it up, pop it under the stairs, pop it into a cupboard. Yeah. And for people that don't like disassembling them.
Right. And again, like I know you said it's 28 kilos, but ultimately a lot of people who will be using these scooters might have one of them heist things in the back of their car.
It's a big seller with the car adaptation companies. There is another feature on this also. You see this side here, I can release the seat. So that will take a massive piece of the weight off of it.
And I assume, yeah, the centre, I can actually hear, I'm not sure if anyone's aware of this or not, but I'm lifting this here, and that's centre of gravity here. So if you were using a heist, you would fix it on there, and it wouldn't budge. So that's actually...
So that's why the car companies like it,
Because that's actually exactly where... Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So again, you can fold it in that position. You can let this down.
And out of interest, if without that seat on, does that bring that from 28 then down to like 24?
It does, yeah. You'd be surprised how much weight is in the seat, and because of the positioning of the seat, it makes the scooter wider and bigger when it's on. You know, now you've got a machine that you could, you know.
So you're saving if you want to actually get that lighter, pop the seat off first.
Pop the seat off. Gives you the option. Yeah.
And you obviously have the battery pack in here, so you can lose another kilo there.
So the battery pack is situated in there, so you can see it in the boot. Nice little tidy place to hide it away.
I have to say, like, you're getting, if you're willing to split it down a little bit more compared to the Atto, and don't get me wrong, the Atto is a phenomenal machine, but I think at the end of the day, it's a little bit more weight, only a fraction more weight compared to the Atto if you pop the seat and the batteries off. And like that motor, like them motors are about the same size as you would have in a traditional small scooter.
Yeah, so you've got your single motor with your transaxle, whereas on the Atto, you know, like I say, I love the Atto myself. It's a very popular scooter.
Yeah, great machine.
I'd say these two probably, you know, sell like for like, very much on the individual user. Which I think this is a nice little functional machine. Yes, I think the certain size of person for it, as in a very tall person, look lost on this. So somebody maybe up to 5'6", 5'8", that's probably where I top out with this machine. If you're much taller than that, the Atto is a much better machine because you've got a longer leg spread on it. So they try and keep it as neat and tidy as possible for folding purposes, obviously.
And can you actually charge that battery individually? So say you left that in the car, can that battery?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, just pop the boot open here. Hopefully I get it right this time.
You can see the battery level, can you?
Yeah, so you can press it here and it'll give you a battery level, because the battery will actually go into standby mode if you forget to charge it. So when you go to the scooter and you haven't been looking or charging the scooter, it won't come on. You have to reset by pressing the battery mode there.
Right. So, and that's your thing there.
Your charging port. So that's how it dropped out there.
So 28 kilos with batteries, seat on. If you were to lose them two items, you're not far off the Atto, and you're moving from a 3-wheeler to a 4-wheeler. And obviously, the smaller users would actually be more suitable to this, where the Atto would actually be with the larger users then.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you were saying there, 10 to 15 kilometers on a full charge.
Yeah.
Which, like, you're not gonna. That's 4 or 5 hours of driving.
Yeah.
Like,
so when you do go to a folding lightweight scooter, as they call them, with lithium batteries, the price does go up significantly from your €1,100. But what you're paying for is the lightweight frame, the lithium battery. Lithium battery, as you know, is twice as expensive as an ordinary battery system, lasts twice as long, but charges twice as quick, and is more than half the weight. So that's what you're paying for. So in the long run, the two of them will cost you the same battery-wise, but in the short term, there's an initial kind of prepayment, if you want to put it, on the price of lithium. So you're paying up front for your batteries, but they'll last you twice as long as your gels and your SLA batteries. I
suppose when you're comparing it to, you know, you can go and buy a car for 25,000 euro, but you can get an EV, an electric vehicle, for obviously quite a bit more in price. But at the same time, your fuel cost, it's a given.
Reduced, yeah.
And just out of interest, one kind of more thing with it, is there any way of just comparing this against your conventional, even though this isn't a conventional scooter, but I just to kind of give an idea of something that, like, for example, what would that weigh roughly?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you definitely wouldn't be folding that one up. That's going to be up into the 30s.
Even 40s, maybe?
Yeah. Because that has the 20 amp batteries, the gel batteries on it. It's a bigger motor system on it, heavier, much heavier seat, and a much heavier footprint of a scooter with a steel chassis as opposed to an aluminum chassis that you have on this one. You've
got basically, okay, probably that's a bit bigger, but again, we've no really close comparison. This isn't a traditional boot scooter. This is just this is kind of a deluxe version, but you've basically got the same beef as this, a similar mileage to this. And that weighs twice as much, where that can fold up to the size of a suitcase. Yeah, no, they do disassemble. So everybody's within their budget. That one will disassemble into 4 separate pieces and fit into the car. So they're all manageable weight-wise. But yeah, I mean, like I said, people that are restricted with storage and, you know, small boots and cars and, you know, just the convenience of the lithium battery, they can't lift that battery into the house, where that one will go into the house nice and easily for older people. So yeah, like I said, we've one for everybody, so just tick the boxes. Okay, and would it be just okay once more seeing that fully assembled just to show one last time?
So we just drop it on the floor.
So drop
That's
it
the
down.
little lever under there, so you can see the way that works there.
Oh, right. So you can use your feet for that as you were...
Yeah, so you just literally rest your toe onto it, if I can find it. Yeah, there she is. And like I said, there's an auto version of this where you'll just literally hit a button and it'll all do what I'm doing for you.
Oh, it'll automatically fold up?
Yeah, it'll automatically fold up and unfold.
And
then we just pop the seat on here. The seat just sits on the front. That's right. Yeah, that's it there. That's it. Now.
Wow.
For transferring off and on. And you can height adjust the handle there as well, obviously.
Oh, the handle's height adjustable.
It's nice as well with the swan neck handlebar. A lot of people like the height adjustment, but they also want the angle to come in. On a lot of the traditional scooters, it just goes
just straight.
And the angle, it just goes in. So with putting the swan neck on, it makes a nice bit of a touch to it. Nice touch to it. Puncture-proof tyres as well.
And is that clicked in right now, or?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the job. So we've got lights. It goes 4 miles an hour, 15 kilometers on a full charge. You can make it lighter if you want, and really, in my opinion, that would be similar to a standard boot scooter, except you can put this in a very, very small amount of space in the likes of a car, or if you have a house or apartment or flat with limited space. And are these available now from Go Mobility?
Yeah, they are. We've 10 due into us, I think, this week, this Wednesday, Thursday now of those. Yeah, they fly out the door, so there's quite a few there sold.
Okay, and you'll have the electric one as well shortly as well?
Yeah, the FE is due in with that shipment also.
And they can buy that from gomobility.ie, so www.gomobility.ie. And
yeah, go into the folding mobility scooter section of the website.
Oh, they have a dedicated section actually on folding scooters as well, so you can see this and many other ones. And where do you ship? Is it Ireland or?
Yeah, nationwide.
Nationwide in Ireland. Okay. Thanks for watching. The Mobility Guy, and this is John and Go Mobility. I'm Ricky. Like and subscribe. Thank you.